Welcome, everyone, from wherever you're watching from, to this course, ChatGPT User Training Programme. Module 1 is Introduction to Artificial Intelligence and ChatGPT. Lesson 1 is Understanding Artificial Intelligence. My name is Ozuoka Johnson Godwin. Please feel free to call me Mr. J, and I'll be your facilitator on this journey. In our lesson 1, we will build a foundational understanding of artificial intelligence, aka AI. What AI means, how it works around us, and why it is becoming one of the most important technologies shaping education, business, communication, and productivity today. Come along with me as we traverse on this journey. Before we proceed, these are the key outcomes for lesson 1. And I need us to understand that our goal is not simply to memorize definitions, but to understand how AI connects to real life and how it already affects the way we learn, the way we work, communicate, and even the way we solve problems. All right. So by the end of this lesson, you should be able to tell the meaning of artificial intelligence, differentiate between and amongst AI, machine learning, and generative AI, identify real life AI applications, and understand how AI is beneficial as well as the limitations with AI. Okay, so what is artificial intelligence to start with? Artificial intelligence refers to computer systems that are designed to simulate aspects of human intelligence, okay? So they are systems that can perform or carry out tasks that normally would require human intellect. This includes the ability to learn patterns, to process information, to recognize speech and tell that, oh, this is this language, and we can translate from this language to that language, to make recommendations based on available data, to even generate content, okay, music, video. Today, AI is no longer something we are looking at, being in the future. AI lives with us. It lives amongst us. Most people, I'm sure you watching, already interact with AI several times daily without even realizing it, okay? So these are examples on the screen where we can find AI being used, problem solving, decision making, language understanding, okay? One common misconception about AI that most people make is that AI only exists in advanced tech companies like Silicon Valley, for example. Or if you come back home here, you may speak about computer village, right? But in reality, AI already powers many everyday tools that we use constantly. Okay, for example, many of us, if someone gives us an address, we are not worried anymore. In the past, we have to get an Okada that will direct us to the place. If we're driving, if we're not driving, we sit on the Okada and all. But today, we have Google Maps. We just put in the address, and Google Maps tells us things like, oh, in the next 200 meters, take left. At the fork, take right. Your destination is on the left, things like that. Google Maps can even predict traffic patterns. Did you know that? Can tell you what the traffic will be like. Netflix, for those of us that binge movies, Netflix, Prime, because I've watched a particular genre of music, of a movie, Netflix is able to recommend similar. That is even happening with YouTube Music now. or even your Facebook, because you consume a certain kind of content, you notice that similar content keeps appearing on your feed. You notice that? That's AI in action. Banks are able to detect suspicious transactions automatically because of AI. We have AI as voice assistants, translations and all of that. Now, all of these everyday examples of AI are systems that use data and intelligent algorithms to improve decision making. Okay. It is very important we note the distinction between AI versus machine learning and then versus generative AI. Okay. Let me use the analogy of a family. You say that you have a family, and under that family, you have a nuclear family, you have an extended family, right? Now, a nuclear family can be seen to be a subset of the family. An extended family can be seen to be a subset of the family. Now, while we look at AI as the broad umbrella, as the broad field, all right, machine learning is a subset of AI, where systems improve through exposure to data. It learns from previous exposure to data. Machine learning and AI systems that learn from data and can be very predictive, for example. Generative AI goes a step further by creating entirely new outputs, new products, such as written content, text, images, audio, videos. I'm sure today you know that you have AI systems that can produce music, at a go, that can produce videos. I'm sure I've seen many of them on the internet, you know. So these are very clear differences between AI, machine learning, and generative AI. What makes generative AI powerful? Generative AI is changing how people work. It is changing how people organize, how they brainstorm, and this is one major reason why generative AI is seen as something that is very disruptive, okay? Because it is changing the entire paradigm as we know it. At this point, I need to mention that AI works best when guided properly by human instruction and critical thinking. As we go further in this course, you will come to discover that AI is as good as the person behind the keyboard. You got that? All right. Those are some things that makes AI a very powerful tool. All right. What are the benefits of artificial intelligence? One of the major reasons why AI adoption is growing globally, everywhere in the globe, is because of productivity. Tasks that once took hours can now be completed much faster with proper AI assistance. Go back some years to be a website developer. You know the kind of coding skills you needed to possess. But today, with proper AI guidance, in minutes, you have some websites up and running. AI has become useful in different spheres of life. For educators, for example, AI can support lesson planning, an area that takes a lot from teachers. For businesses, AI can support with communication. These are just examples, so many. For students, AI can support with revision and learning support. I think I recall some days ago watching the overall best students in the 2026 JAM exams. One girl that had 370 plus, I think, who said she used AI to summarize her notes, and all of that. So, benefits of AI: speed, productivity, automation, those things that you do and they are repeated. Every day is the same thing. You do it for 4 hours. Why don't you find a way to automate that operation using some AI? That's automation. Creativity support. Okay, so like I said some minutes earlier, the person behind the keyboard, the AI is as good as that person, right? better organization. These are some benefits of AI. Faster communication, of course. I can respond to a lot of emails in a very short time. Okay. Limitations and risk of AI. You know, I will say that for everything that has an advantage, there are disadvantages. Okay, so we are not looking at it per se as disadvantage, but as a limitation. The extent to which AI cannot go. All right. It is important to approach AI responsibly. AI is powerful, but it is not perfect. There is no perfect system. All right. In science, they say a machine that is perfect is 100% efficient, but no machine is perfect. So AI can sometimes generate inaccurate information. AI can sometimes misunderstand context. AI can sound confident while being incorrect. It is why for many AI systems, there are disclaimers. You will always find, a disclaimer saying that people using AI should always confirm the authenticity of what they are taking off AI. And this brings in the place of human verification. This brings in ethical judgment. Even though it's okay, should I do it? Critical thinking remain very important in working. So these are some of the limitations and the risk of AI. Imagine an AI system that was built with data in a part of Europe, and you want to use it in a part of Africa. It is possible for that system to reflect bias. All right. So these are a few limitations and risk of AI. Okay. At this point, I want you to pause briefly and think practically. Okay. Which task currently consumes a lot of your time? Could AI help with it? Simplify it? The best way to learn AI is to connect it to your professional need. Why are you enrolling for this course? Begin to think how AI can align with that reason. Okay? All right. In today's lesson, we explored the foundations of artificial intelligence and how AI already exists within our daily lives. Okay? In our next lesson, lesson 2, we will move specifically into ChatGPT itself. That is the free version of ChatGPT. Okay? We want to look at what ChatGPT can do, what it cannot do, and how to begin using it effectively and responsibly. I want to thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.